Welcome to Business Live. I'm Mark Croskery. In BL tonight, first up, we got the tobacco company here. As a reminder, mostly marketing and distribution folks. That's Carreras. So considering a dividend, the board of directors, they're going to convene or meet on November 6th, right around the corner, 2020, to consider an interim dividend payment for all ordinary shareholders. On a similar note, 1834 Investments is considering a dividend. So that's 1834 Investments, mostly a company with investments, as the name suggests now, property and also some liquid strategies or equities when you go through the footnotes and look through the balance sheet of the company. So a very different business now than a couple of years ago. This really coming out of, the Jamaica Gleaner Company, RGR deal, or so forth, or the Gleaner Company to our recollection. So the board is going to convene, get together also November 9th, 2020 to consider a payment of an interim dividend to shareholders. So lots of boards, lots of companies getting together now after that kind of September 30th or so forth quarter or that timeline to consider some dividends. Great for shareholders, especially now during this COVID-19 pandemic period. Now, Carb Cement, we spoke about on Business Live, having some great results. Ticker symbol CCC. Executive changes here in terms of management. So Mr. Francisco Mendoza is going to go into the driver's seat, replacing Mr. Jose Gonzalez as Chief Executive Officer of TCL, that's Trinidad Cement Limited. Now, why is this relevant? This company is a majority shareholder of Carb Cement Company. The effective date coming up December 1st, 2020. Now, Mr. Mendoza, not a stranger. He currently serves as a deputy chairman or chair of the board of directors and is a member of the board. Overall, the press release goes on to say he's going to continue to serve in this capacity. Now, major company in Jamaica here, electrical distributor, has gone into quite a bit of business segments now, manufacturing PVC pipes under the brand Solid Pipes. That's FosRich Company. Dividend declaration here. So the board, got together October 27th, 2020. A decision was made. It's a nice dividend. Jamaican 9.5 cents per share. The payment date before Christmas, folks. That's always great. As a shareholder, you can get your presents, you can do some savings, you can do whatever you got to do. It's December 11th, 2020. Now, in not so good news, overseas markets, iconic brand for the last couple of decades, over 50 years or more. Friendly's ice cream, they eventually dropped the name to just Friendly's, going for bankruptcy, and this is bankruptcy protection. Interesting in the United States compared to Jamaica, the Caribbean. We don't really have this as yet to our knowledge, but Friendly's going for federal court bankruptcy protection, and the business being sold for a mere or only 1.9 million US to a Texas investment firm. So this is a company that 2007, over a decade ago, got sold for 330 million US or more, now going for only 1.9. So it's a brand, it's a company, probably didn't pivot as quickly as it should. COVID hit, things got worse, but iconic business, brand, gallons and gallons. We can't even come up with a figure of ice cream sold, burgers. Lots of families went to the business, over time, but lots of private equity companies clearly have lost money on it, trying to do deals 2007, many years after that, and so forth. And now 1.9 million US bankruptcy protection. Let's see what happens from here with the Friendly's brand and going forward. Now, it doesn't include the ice cream that goes directly to supermarkets. That deal was done, already or separately, but just in terms of, it looks like, the franchises or the distribution, the restaurants and so forth. So we'll see how this pans out. Next investor may make some money from it. It seems like such a small check, 1.9 million US for such an iconic brand. I'm Mark Croskery. This is Business Live.